All right, welcome to not just another installment of Fragments of Silicon reviews, but the last installment of the season. Now we're still doing this in 2 weeks and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the final slate of the games for season 16. And we've got 3 reviews, 1 impressions video. Impressions are up first with the game called HopDodge. HopDodge is bringing back classic grid-based platforming with a new twist. Hop around on the back plane and dodge spikes, wolves and cannons in the foreground. Every level is built using an in-game editor so players can create their own limitless content. All right, so where to start with this? I think I can define HopDodge by comparing it to a fruit. Bear with me. This is...
As long as it's not a durian.
I was going to say a durian. It's exactly a fucking durian. Because...
Prickly on the outside, stinky on the inside? But some
more
people like it anyway?
Well, more it smells like hell, it tastes like heaven kind of deal.
Ah, okay.
You know, because, well, look at it. I know we're only running trailer footage because I wasn't spending $10 to get Petty a copy of this.
Yeah, it's not pretty.
No. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Look, there's no way to get around this. This game looks slapdash. This game looks like the kind of game that ends up on YouTube shows about trash that's found on Steam, that kind of deal. Like, for fuck's sakes, they're using Comic Sans font unironically. Or if they are using it ironically, it's lost. Among all of the other, not just aesthetic choices, but just some of the art assets look bad. Like, they look sloppily drawn. And here's the thing: it's an early access title, so a lot of this stuff could be placeholder. That's the problem with covering early access stuff. You get shit like this. So yeah, it's like this game isn't really making a good first impressions on its looks. But here's the other part of the equation. The gameplay, not amazing, but it works. It's fine. I'm not sure if it's because this is the kind of game that's kind of hard to screw up or whatever, but like the at least the top-down stuff, that works fine. It's basic for the most part. Not really, this is less a puzzle platformer and more based around timing challenges. Like, you see a lot of spike blocks here, and those run at different speeds. Though another sign of, once again, amateurish development is the boxes can desync.
Fun.
They're not adequately timed. So you will, like, if you wait on a screen, as the boxes keep moving, they will get further and further out of sync.
Now, can you, off-screen to reset it like Mega Man type thing, or do you have to restart the level at that point?
I think, you can keep going. Once again, it's not insurmountable, but it's a thing that happens. And it's a thing that shouldn't happen. Unless you're intending it to happen. And it never came across as, this is the thing we were trying to do. No, it definitely came across as we didn't have the timing down in our programming, or it's like, or something of that nature. Yeah. So getting to the whole new twist thing, and that is, so the name HopDodge is in reference to the two characters you play. A bunny named Hop, unsurprisingly, and a skull named Dodge. The thing about it is Dodge's levels, they are free-roaming 3D. All of these stuff here, outside of like the character assets and such, they are 3D cubes, but they are still 3 dimensions. Like, yeah, the thing about the 3D, it's a 3D platformer doing the grid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That fares less well. Once again, it's not a deal breaker, but it's it's the thing that was the death knell of many a game that tried to move into the third dimension, properly. And in this case, it's depth perception. The trying to figure out where you are in relation to where you're jumping is a bit of a chore, and can lead to, if not cheap deaths, then cheap lost progress. And there is a suite of camera controls now. Apparently, this is something that's a recent addition to the game at time of recording, as you can move the camera around and not so much in and out. You can rotate it. It's not a 360 degrees of freedom camera. A free range camera like you would find in a proper 3D platformer. So it definitely helps, but I can't say that this part of the game is better than the 2D stuff. As, once again, you're just working with a lot less in terms of parameters, literally, when you go 2D. I mean, it's top down, but it's still, you're only moving along 2 planes, and since this is grid-based, 4 directions. Let's see. Also, of the selling point variety, this game does include a full level editor. And indeed, all of the creations here are done in the level editing suite. Be honest, I didn't really play around with that. Once again, I think I mentioned last week that level editors and user-generated content, not really my scene. Although, I guess in this case, since it's all user-generated content outside of, like, I guess that tutorial, that is the part and parcel of the game. Also nice if you're stuck on a particular world or level or whatever they're calling it here, you can select another level because, once again, it's user-generated stuff. In order of how it was saved, I'm assuming. Let's see. As far as how much of an early access game this is, like the basics are there, but I can tell you that there's still some stuff missing because there are some control options that have no actual functionality. Like there's a button for a weapon, and I didn't find any weapon. I guess it could exist on like one of the maps or something, but it wasn't prominent or part of any of the levels I played. And there was a depth camera that seemed to involve the third dimension that wasn't working at time of recording. Like you could zoom in and out of layers and rotate around, which is definitely something that is needed on both, the 2D and the 3D stuff. Because this game does the, once again, it does towering blocks of blocks as part of its level design. Music, I think, was there. Supremely unmemorable, though. So, I suppose that it comes down to the pricing of the game. Let's see. So, this game clocks in at $10. No idea if that's just the early access price. And is this game worth $10? I'm like, that's a hard one. I'm like, because I can't say the game is broken, but it's definitely in a, I would highlight that state of early access, and I couldn't tell you how long it's going to be in there. Let's see. Apparently, okay. Looking at the Steam page, there it is. They're looking to have this game out by Q4 of 2022, like, which isn't too far away. What? Yeah, which means some of these, this game's just gonna look like this, and I suppose, like, if you can get past the warts, I give it a very nominal recommendation. Because, like I said, it's basic. It's a nice basic game, but it really doesn't go beyond that in terms of its top-down affairs. Its ambition is in the side view, and that I don't think has enough functionality there to make the game worth it. So I guess give it the mildest of recommendations at $10. And yeah, it's like, and that's pretty much where I come down on it as a game. It's so okay, it's average in terms of its overall gameplay. Like, I can respect that they're trying to do something fairly ambitious for a game of this caliber. It's not quite working out right now, but I suppose that is the magic of early access. So yeah, I guess my impressions right now are mildly favorable. Hopefully, it needs some improvements. How much of that's going to happen, I suppose it remains to be seen, as is so often the case with early access affairs. All right. So, any questions, comments, or concerns over HopDodge?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add.
All right.
Sorry, I was making sure if I was muted or not before I started talking.
All right, so yeah, that'll about do it for HopDodge here. Be sure to tune in after the break, as Penny Fan will be reviewing Brightstone Mysteries Paranormal Hotel.